Damn, brah. I was trying to get this technology to work, but it just wasn't working out, to be honest with you. So, yeah, man, I got this new mic and I can't even use it. What a bummer, man. But it's all good. Always, I mean, there's always tech trouble, that always happens randomly. But yeah, guys, so I thought I'd do something really fun. It's been a while since I've talked about pharmacy, so I understand there's some new laws, definitely in California, and I would consider myself more of a marketer these days or a salesperson. So, but doesn't mean that I'm not in touch with pharmacy because a lot of my friends are pharmacists. And yeah, I just thought it'd be just cool to just answer some questions using something called Google's Keyword Planner. And basically, what that is, it just tells you all the most popular things that are being searched. So I literally search pharmacists, and I'm going to go down the list one by one. So I don't know if people are still up. It's getting kind of late. I'll probably stay up for a little bit, but not too much longer because I gotta wake up for jujitsu. But yeah, man, let's just get into it. So I've already looked up pharmacists in this whole thing, and it looks like one of the top questions. It's actually how to become a pharmacist. It has a search volume of 1,400 14 almost 15,000 search inquiries, which is pretty funny. But honestly, it's really not that hard to figure out how to become a pharmacist. At the end of the day, like at least in America, it really comes down to this: go to pharmacy school, go to accredited school, take your test, pass all your exams, and then you're pretty much a pharmacist. Usually, there's two exams: there's a law exam and the NAPLEX and stuff. It's pretty straightforward. So, um, I don't know why people feel like it's such a hard thing, but maybe it's because, maybe I'm naturally biased and I went through the whole process, but I don't ever really think I've ever asked. As long as you go to accredited school, you should be good. It's really as easy as like, hey, getting all the prereqs, applying to the right school, and then just getting in. So it's not that hard. Let's go down though. Can't believe that was like the number one top question. Top question. If I were to make a guess, I would be like the second most popular question is how much does what is a pharmacist salary? So, dude, online pharmacy is like 74,000. It's fucking crazy. Probably people are looking for uh for a plug. So, um let's see. It also has, what's crazy is that pharmacy near me has the highest search volume, which is like 800,000 like search inquiries a month, right? So how to be a pharmacist, I already covered that. Oh, how to become a pharmacist, then go down, go down, go down. How to be a pharmacist, it's easy. You just get a job as a pharmacist, right? And I feel like there's so many different things in pharmacy, right? And it looks like, speaking about, like, that's a 2,400 search inquiry, but also consultant pharmacist is really really popular with also 2,400 search inquiries a month. So that might be a cool, if you guys are a consultant pharmacist, I would love to interview you and see what it's actually like. Looks like IT pharmacist is big, but also pharmacy technician. I don't think I've really talked too much about pharmacy technicians, honestly, because I truly believe that they're going to be automated with, like, at least in the traditional like retail role. I don't see them being a huge part, especially as Amazon jumps in the game. I see less needs for technicians, to be completely honest with you, but that's pure speculation. So, what is a pharmacy technician? Basically, what they do is just help out the pharmacist, right? They are basically the bread and butter for every pharmacy because they help literally deal with the interact with the customers, process insurances, unload the order. Basically, all like a lot of the hard labor of pharmacy. They're basically when I was doing pharmacy, they were basically my partner in crime. So that's how I always looked at them, right? Let's keep on going down. A pharmacist registration check, 24-hour chemist. You know what's really interesting? I haven't heard the term of chemist used in a long freaking time. So pretty interesting. What's a pharmacist? God, bro, I don't even know where to begin, but basically it's like, in short, you shouldn't be, like, if you have to ask what a pharmacist is, like, dude, don't even watch my channel, bro. So funny. Looks like pharmacy job openings has a search inquiry of 390. So as I'm listing these search inquiries, these are like the amount of times that Google like documents it and says that these people are searching this per month, right? So I'm basically just going down and seeing what people are asking about pharmacy. What do they want to know about pharmacy? And I'm just answering questions, right? How do you become a pharmacist? Has a search inquiry of 720. And by the way, these are all like great YouTube, content too. If you want to jump in the pharmacy world, to be honest with you. But for me, at this point, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'll stay in touch with pharmacy. I feel for my fellow Asians that went into a stable route and want to go somewhere new. That's why I keep on doing farm content. You know, I would really want to empower like five people this 2019, or 10 people 2019, to just leave their jobs and stuff. You know, so pharmacy practice is 1600. Search inquiries, let's keep on going down. Let's look for more questions, because I just see like things like relief pharmacists, different type of pharmacies, pharmacy professions, organizations. Let's see. What do you need to become a pharmacist? Basic information. What do you need to become a pharmacologist? You know, it's pretty interesting. A lot of people get pharmacology and pharmacy very mixed up. Uh, Pharmacology is essentially how drugs work, right? And it's the actual mechanism and stuff. I would say the art of pharmacy is therapeutics. It's where you specialize in the selection of drugs when it comes to therapy, like clinical use, right? And sometimes that's not always the same, you know, because there's so many other factors in pharmacy, right? So a lot of people get that twisted. What do you need to become a pharmacist? APHA. Wow. Dude, there's like actually 3,600 people searching APHA every single month. Pretty interesting. And it's not that hard to rank for. Pretty interesting. Keep on going down. Where can a pharmacist work? There's a lot of different places. Like there's nuclear pharmacy, there's like literally informatics. You can work literally from the military. You can work at a like independent pharmacy, corporate retail pharmacy, hospital, right? There's so many different things, like, and it goes in long-term care. Like, I could go on and on and on. There's a lot of places where pharmacists can work. It's like really thinking about what kind of pharmacist do you want to be? You know, what area of pharmacy do you want to practice in, right? So, and by the way, like, technically, if you think about it, like, I'm a pharmacist and I do digital marketing, right? So it doesn't really matter. You can technically work anywhere, right? And I technically use a lot of the soft skills I learned in pharmacy when I do closing or anything like that as well. So, dude, there's 3 people in here, man, and I don't even know if my chat is working. It looks like people were popping in before, but it just got a little late. So, when who is a pharmacist? The fuck? What kind of question is that shit? You know, after going through this like Google type of thing, um, it's really interesting to see what people are asking on Google and seeing what the general population is. Um, Dude, I don't even know where people would ever like what kind of answers people would ever really get from asking like Google who is a pharmacist, right? I guess Kevin Yee, the PharmD, is a pharmacist. Uh, how many potassium chloride 10 ER pills would it take to kill you? I don't know the LD50 off the top of my head, man. I have no freaking clue. I could look it up, but I don't. Dude, no, it's so funny. I don't even know if I renewed like my resources because I used to have like all these drug like micromedics and all that sort of stuff like on my phone, but I honestly got rid of all that shit because I just don't really use it anymore, you know? But I have no idea. Let's Google that. Let's Google that really quickly. And don't take my word for it, man. LD50. Let's do Chlorcon 10. Chlorcon. LD50. Whatever. Can't find out the moment. Don't have access to resources. Wah. Yeah. And it's so crazy. Like as I like spend longer and longer out of the pharmacy, you start forgetting certain things, or like certain things take a little longer for you to remember, right? And it's just that I feel like I'm just using different skills, right? Although I'm still keeping up with my CEs right now because I never know like whether I want to go back to pharmacy. I hope not, but you never know what all the opportunities it might open up. I have no clue, but who knows? I already paid a lot of money for it. Might as well keep it, right? And it takes very little effort to keep that license active. How's your business or whatever outside of pharmacy? Not sure if places will hire you if you're out of pharmacy for so long. I don't even care. I would say like my business is actually doing fairly well, especially if getting started for a few months, right? I make enough where I make a okay living. It's not like ballin pharmacy type of thing. It's like almost starting over. But as I get more and more contracts with my closing team, it's just gonna grow. So I would say 2018 was the year of 2017 was like the year of spiritual and like personal development growth. 2018 was the year of business for me. And 2019 is the year of, I believe, exponential growth for me. It's like, dude, if I've gotten all these results within a short amount of time, it's only scaling up from here. But I mean, if you're out of pharmacy for so long, whatever. I just have to close them on the fact that I can learn really quick, and I would probably make a better marketer. Like I understand the pharmacy market. I would probably be really good at sales, so I could find some sort of niche. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I really want to be practicing inside a pharmacy, to be honest with you. And I don't think it's the hardest thing to get back in, to be honest with you as well. I would just take some time just to study and that's it. At the end of the day, you always have those soft skills to go back on. That's the real thing about pharmacy. How do you diffuse a situation? How do you have those difficult conversations? Like how many conversations like every single pharmacist has had that conversation of, hey, there's a chance that you might be abusing your medications. How do we handle that? You know, especially after we've taken a few of your prescriptions, you know? It happens. That shit happens. Or like sometimes customer or patient is just like straight up being unreasonable, right? And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna take shit from a patient. Like, especially going through what I went through now. Like, dude, I'm a very nice guy. I don't take shit from patients. I'll fire you. I will fire you. I'll fire you from the pharmacy if you're an asshole. So I don't know. I don't think me and corporate like pharmacy will ever like match ever again, to be honest, because I just see life so differently and I just don't want to deal with shitty ass people. And I think like even so, like life is too short, right? And some people really have the patience for it. For me, I just want to be around like really business oriented type of people who really want to change the world. And sure, you can change it like one patient at a time. There's a need for it, but maybe it's just not the need for Kevin Yee, the Farm Z man. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Says Andrew. I'm doing pretty good. But you know what's pretty interesting? Going down these going down this going down this keyword planner. Thank God I don't have to do anything. My pharmacy autofills for me. Yeah. That's awesome then. Like, dude, I don't even know what you like. Are you in pharmacy or do you just get pills and stuff like that? Or do you get medications and stuff? Man, I'm not gonna lie, like people ask me, would you ever go back to pharmacy? And I think the real question behind that, like, is really like, are you making enough money with your business? Like, do you love your life enough? And honestly, I don't ever want to go back to pharmacy ever again because that to me is just like a disservice to the world. You know what I mean? Because I built up these skills, like these business skills that I can help so many people, right? I can launch my own high ticket course and really help connect people and do all these fun things, you know? Why would I want to go back to a quote unquote stable 9 to 5, which isn't to me in my mind is not really stable after all, to be honest with you. Actually, it's pretty interesting. I shot a video earlier in the day, like just talking like I just had I set up my selfie stick and I set it up. It was like in my car and I was just like recording just me talking and I was just talking about how I think school is a fucking huge scam these days if you want to make money. Sure, if you want to do pharmacy, if you're really driven toward it, I'm not saying it's a bad career, but it's a bad career for me. Like, I think, like, at this point, it's just like, "Okay, I've tried it long enough. It's time to move the fuck on." You know what I mean? And if something's not working, why keep on doing it? Why keep on crossing your fingers and hoping for the best? Guys, look at the numbers for pharmacy, right? The reimbursement is, like, sucking ass. Um, Reimbursement is sucking ass. And like it's not the same as it used to be before. You know what I mean? Like there's DIR fees and stuff like that, and it's just like a lot of like there's not enough like from at least numbers that I saw. Maybe independent is different or whatever, but based off what I've seen personally, right? There's not enough money being made to really like to really make really a killing off of it. To be honest with you. That's why, like, you'll see pharmacists, like, having to do 2 by 2s because there's not enough cash flow to really offset like, to hire someone just to do that shit. Like, it gets really expensive, man, and it's just like, I don't wanna be dealing with really petty problems. That's not my skill set. Some people have like, if you take a StrengthsFinder, some people are really good at execution skills and stuff like that. I have one strong execution skill, and that's achiever, but I'm more of a mastermind type of person rather than, like, a doing shit repetitive shit every single day. I can do it, I forced myself to do it, but guess what? I was very unhappy because I knew I wasn't living to my full potential. I knew I was meant for more, you know? So, furosemide, Lasix, and potassium every month. I hope this shit isn't killing your liver. If anything, it's probably killing your kidneys, but that's it. Oh, and then you said, I mean kidney, not liver. It's so funny. Would you have left pharmacy if you had 150 plus to 200 plus K in debt? Um, Honestly, like, if you think about it as business-wise, like, yeah, I probably still would've, but I would probably been more strategic about it. If I were to go back, I would really go in on learning sales. Like, that's the number one thing. I would go all in learning in sales because guess what? If you have a good client that brings you, like, with a solid offer and you work on commission basis only, and you just work even part-time, right? You find some influencers that will let you work part-time, right? You could easily bring like depending how big the package is. So let's say if it's a $50,000 package at 20%, that's $10,000 per close, right? That's literally more than you would make in the pharmacy. Keep in mind, you still have to pay taxes and all that sort of stuff, and you have to keep in mind how often leads are coming, how strong the marketing is. But you can easily make a lot more money. It's very scalable, right? And in the B2B world, it's very possible, right? So crazy, right? And it's just like, yeah, do I really want to just like stay in pharmacy and make $150 a year? All I would really have to do is make 15, like if I could get a $50,000 package and they have strong enough marketing, maybe I suck at closing. I would need 15 closes, right? And let's say if I'm like a 2 out of 10 closer, so 20%, I would need 75 leads, right? Strong leads that are interested, right? So already you're making like can you close? The real question is, can you, like, if you're giving 75 leads, could you close 15 of them? I don't know. But you would have to make sure that you're good. And that's the thing. That's why a lot of pharmacists can't deal with that, because they can't deal with the pressure of not being good. And that is if you land that sort of contract too. You have to be good enough where people believe that you can close for them, that they feel secure, like they feel confident that they're working with you, right? So that's why I'm saying this is just sales. You can do marketing too. People like right now, the new hot thing is starting up your own marketing agency. Everybody's popping up, but honestly, it's pretty much like at this point, unless you have like specific. That's why I create content, man, because obviously no one can copy your personality, right? No one can copy me. No one can copy like Kevin Yee. Yes, they can create pharmacy content. Yes, they can do all that shit. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really like no one can copy me because I'm unique, right? If you take your strength finder, it's like literally 1 in 100 million for to have the exact same strength finder. Fucking crazy shit, man. I was thinking about leaving med school for computer engineering or something, but I have no plan. I'm starting to really hate medical field. I have almost 200K debt in my third year. Damn, bro. Um, so I actually know people like you, and they weren't in the U.S. system of like medical school, but they were like in Germany, and they're doing medical school and they learned sales. So it's not impossible. It might take you a little longer because you have a heavy school load, right? But I don't know. Figure something out. Maybe do a LOA or something like that. I don't know. But that's the thing that sucks about schools, because it has you trapped. It's like modern day slavery, man. It's modern day slavery. Like they throw you in debt so that you're forced to stay in this profession, you know? And I get it. It's at the end of the day, it's our responsibility, right? But when we make these choices, like we're so brainwashed into them that we think, oh, if we don't go to school, we're a fucking loser. You know, I know plenty of smart people who don't go to school, like that I met in the business world, that, like school's not everything. Guys, school is not everything. There's plenty of smart people that don't go to school. Now, here's the thing, right? The people that fuck up in life stop learning, right? Like here's the caveat, right? A lot of people like I'll argue that school is actually the lazy way out, because here's the thing, right? And I'm not saying am I saying all people who go to school are lazy? No. But here's the thing. A lot of people they just do that for years and then they're done. They never pick up another book again, right? Dude, I've done more like in that behind that mirror. I have tons and tons of books. My education never stopped. I'm always learning shit. And that's the key thing. If you're gonna like not do school, you better freaking educate yourself. or find ways to educate yourself. And that's why I love the day of the internet, because you can learn so much, right? I didn't mean for this to be like a like quit pharmacy type of thing, but I truly believe in it. I'm very passionate about this, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of pharmacists who are just like so miserable with their life, man. And they don't know where to start. And it's just like it really comes down to this high income skill. Two things that every business needs: marketing and sales, right? Or closing. Same thing, right? Well, not same thing, but you get the picture, right? So yeah, not related to pharmacy, but what do you think about the recent drop in S&P 500? Let me take a look at it really quick. But you know, I was expecting it. It's like the ebb and flow of the market, man. You're like when you're doing S&P 500, it's always like let's take a look at the last 5 years. Eh, even if you look at the last 5 years, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Hold on for a second. Even if you look at the last 5 years, it's like it's barely anything. You're still making a killing. Honestly, dude, if you're in the S&P 500, you're in it for a long term, man. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I made a good killing on it so far, and I'm in it for a long term, right? I just don't touch it. I try not to touch any of my investments. So important. If you had the option to choose something besides pharmacy before starting / completing pharmacy school, what would you do and what? Jesus, I started applying pharmacy school. I got an interview, but I'm having second thoughts because everyone keeps on mentioning the pharmacist saturation in the job market. I would tell you this, bro. Take your StrengthsFinder, like 2.0, and I'm going to write an article on this. But I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. Take your StrengthsFinder 2.0. Take a look at your top 5 strengths, right? Read them over. Check out your strength insight report, okay? And then rewrite it in your own words, and then put in one statement, right? See what you'd be good at. In the StrengthsFinder, it tells you what you would probably be good at. Like for me, it says I'm really good at consulting. I'm really good as a coach. I'm really good at really individualization. That's my top strength, right? And I was like, okay, and if you don't know what the StrengthsFinder 2.0 test is, it's really a test based off psychology. And all top 500, like a lot of the top 500 companies use it. My friend was telling me most consulting firms use it. And it's a great way to just figure out what you're kick ass at and what you're unique at, right? Because, like I said, the chance that somebody has it is like one in some crazy number, bro. Basically, it's almost like a fingerprint. And let's say if you have Achiever and I have Achiever, in that strength insight report, it's going to be completely different, right? It's going to be completely different. It's a really great tool, and it can be used to position yourself against anyone else, right? And make yourself stand out. When you know what you're good at, you know what kind of offer you can bring to the table. If it's not what they want, it's not what they want. But guess what? When it's something they want, they will pay you a lot of fucking money just because you add so much value to the marketplace, right? So, Jesus, what I'm trying to say is, hey, take your strength finder test. Try to think about different way. Like with that, it'll tell you what you're really good at and different ways you can add value to a marketplace. It might be marketing and sales, but I always say marketing and sales is the most important skills that you can learn, right? If you're good at marketing, you're good at sales, like, dude, um, like in the world's limit. And here's the thing, right? It doesn't have to be traditional like cold calling sales. Never has to be like that. That's why I love closing so much, is because I get to close for B2B offers, like business to business. I get to close for real estate. I get to close for personal development products. I get to close for executive coaching. If I really wanted to sell cars, I could. I don't really want to be a car salesman, to be honest with you. But if I wanted to go to if I want like to sell a course that I love and that I'm interested, I could do that. There's so much in this world that you can do. There's so many different niches, right? At the end of the day, like sales and marketing, they're just skills, right? And they're just a medium that you express yourself just like any other business. There's so many niches of businesses, right? So that's what I would do, man. I would invest in a high income skill, and it could be copywriting. I don't know what you're good at, man. I don't I like that's why like when people ask me, I don't know what to really tell them because everybody's good at different things. Like I know what I'm good at, and I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't have my life all like perfect and shit, right? But you best believe I'm figuring it out as I go, and that's the thing. Like you just never know. There's no 100% in life, right? Like, dude, you're better off like having like knowing at least testing, trying something and failing if that happens, right? But like when you do try something, you go all in. You make it work. You try and make it work as best you can. If it doesn't work, you pivot. That's the world of business, bro. But yeah, man, if you're having second thoughts about pharmacy, don't go into pharmacy. Save yourself the cash. Just save yourself the cash, man. Ask yourself why you're doing pharmacy, because honestly, if you're really gung ho about pharmacy and you're like, you know what, even though it's saturated, I want to give back so much to the pharmacy world, you would have done already, right? So that's what I'm saying is just like, okay, ask yourself why exactly you want to do pharmacy to begin with, right? Especially with October lull. I put my money right before October. Unlucky timing, but planning to keep it long term. Bro, how? Like, honestly, if you're doing long term, it doesn't really matter. Like, dude, there's ebb and flows on markets and shit. That's why you never pump it. Like, you don't want to pump and dump your money. You just want to slowly inject it throughout time, right? And you're better off doing that because next day you could literally lose all your money. But at the end of the day, it's just the ebb and flow of the market. Don't even look at the market. I rarely even look at the market, to be honest with you. When you became a pharmacist, did you find it was more of a business more than anything? Um, it's like I found it to be a lot of admin work, to be honest with you. Like, and keep in mind, I'm very biased too. Like, I did a lot of retail pharmacy, so as a pharmacy manager, it's a lot of admin, man. Like, literally, I'd be checking stock bottles. Like, I'd be in the pharmacy alone, and I know they like have this new law now in California that my old technician was telling me that pharmacists can't be alone anymore, which is fucking great because honestly, there's rude ass people like all the time in the pharmacy yelling at you. You'll be on the phone, like literally talking to another patient. And then there's like two other patients. Like there's one at pickup, there's one at consultation. And it's just like, dude, I'm only like fucking one person, man. Like, like, everybody just chill, like, I'm doing my best to help you guys, but you gotta deal with people with really shit attitudes, like, I'm a very positive person by nature, right? But when I'm in the pharmacy and I think about it, I'm just like, "This is such a shitty place," because here's the thing, you're being put in stressful situations, which is cool, I don't mind stressful situations, like, I'm a martial artist, I love stressful situations, right? Like, it's not fun always doing jujitsu and getting crushed and stuff, but you learn to adapt, right? In the pharmacy world, it's like, okay, you're dealing with stressful situations, but like you don't have the resources to really make it better, or you don't have the freedom to be creative and make things better. It's difficult to explain, but I mean, I guess that's corporate life, to be honest with you. I can't really blame pharmacy on it. Maybe that's just corporate life. And I think, you know, I just didn't fuck with that shit, man. And it was just like so much admin work and it wasn't using the higher level strategies that I really want to do. Like I don't mind it being a business, but like I think you can be a business and still help people. Like I truly believe in that, right? Just because you make money off something doesn't mean you're an asshole, right? There's a lot of rich people in life that give so much to the world. Rich people are some of the most giving people in the world, but just like poor people, there's like rich assholes and there's also poor assholes too in the world. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They like leech off the government, stuff like that, like abuse like the system and stuff. Like there's rich assholes and poor assholes. There's assholes everywhere. That's all I'm trying to say, right? So like I guess like yeah, like part of it was business, but I actually enjoyed the business strategy. It was really fun for me. I might be weird, but I like numbers. I like achieving. That was the one thing I did like about pharmacy a lot. I like achieving, and I like really helping patients, like if they really had a serious problem, right? But I also have very low tolerance for bitch assness too. Like, I'm here to help, but I'm not here to help people that don't want to even help themselves or expect me to do everything for them, right? At the end of the day, it's kind of like this. How can I care more about your health than you do? You know what I mean? It's really quite sad, you know? I mean, there's a reason why you're at the pharmacy today. What are you doing here? Do you want me to help you and get better and stuff? I don't know. Those are just the random thoughts I have about pharmacy and stuff. I Trust me, I truly do care about every single patient. I'm not an asshole to my patients. You know, I truly love them. They used to always give me like freaking cookies and shit during this time too. I miss that part, man. I still have dreams about a lot of my patients, man. I miss them, you know, especially the older ones because there was a lot of patients that I had that I know for sure I made their life a little bit better as they passed. You know what I mean? I remember this one patient I had. She was really famous. She was much older. Um, her vision was going downhill. She was hospitalized, and unfortunately, she didn't make it. And whenever she had something with her prescription, she would always come to me, man. And it just felt really good, like knowing that, I made an impact in her life. And I literally printed. I remember one day she was having vision problems, right? She was going through a lot of vision problems, right? And I literally like put everything on hold, and I was just like, this lady needs my help. She truly needs my help. So I literally did an Excel sheet. I made shit big as fucking possible so that she could see and understood all her medications. And that's the shit I do, like because I truly care about my patients, right? But it's like those moments where you're just by yourself and you just can't give that extra mile to them, right? You just don't have those resources. And that really sucks. Like I think most people come into pharmacy because they really want to help people, right? And I think about people like that. I think about like people who used to come in my pharmacy, man, and remember this one girl, like this one old lady, she had no one to really help her, and I offered, like, I was like, "Hey, I'm stuck at work. Like, why don't if you're still around and you can't find a ride, I'm more than happy to drive you to the hospital and stuff like that." You know, like I truly care about my patients, man. I do miss that part of pharmacy a lot, but at the same time, nowadays, it's very different because like I'm helping businesses, like I only help businesses that really help change people's lives, right? Either financially, emotionally, something like that, right? And this is what I mean by using my skill in a different way. I'm able to impact more people than just a one-on-one interaction. And there's people that are really like, thank God there's still people that really care about their patients, right? Um, there's a lot of good there's a lot of good pharmacies out there, and that's why I'm just saying, like, as much as I'm just like, hey, pharmacy, like, I mean, I kind of do it for the clickbait too, like to get your attention, right? Because that's why I have videos like don't do pharmacy, stuff like that. Is because to catch those people that are about to go into a career that they're not happy with, right? And if I don't catch their attention, they might be blowing 200, 400K on making a life-changing decision. And if I can help intercept and make sure that the people going into pharmacy are truly care about pharmacy, and those are the ones, like, you know, I've done my job. I've done my job. I don't even care about the haters. I don't even care about that shit because at the end of the day, haters can go suck a dick because here's the thing. What are they doing to help this this school like this rat race that everybody's going into, right? I'm not saying going to school is the worst thing in the fucking world, right? But I'm saying like it's a huge commitment, and a lot of people are just going in for the quote unquote wrong reasons, or reasons that they don't even know because their fucking parents forced them, because society told them, hey, you need to go to fucking school. I ask people, well, what's the end? Like, suppose you go to school, what is the end goal of that, right? Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm kind of rambling right now, but that's just how I feel. Um, AZ says, what's the worst thing slash dark slash insider secrets about farm career besides working holidays and all that stuff? Why can't farm be the high income skill? Getting used to new outlook. Been a few days. Well, the dark shit about farm is that, like, dude, it's the stressful conditions, man. And let's be honest, that's how errors happen, right? And then corporate will just say, hey, you should have been more careful. And to an extent, yes, the individual is always responsible, right? But you cannot ignore the environment it's in, right? It's not a safe environment. And I truly believe that. Like, a lot of the pharmacists, like, I don't care what you say, like, at the end of the day, like, pharmacy errors are happening, right? And I truly believe it's due to like increased stress, increased pressure. Like, it's just not a cool feel. Like, it's a feel that I don't want to be a part of, right? And I feel like could be either fixed with automation or more staffing, right? One or the other, right? Because if I'm a young pharmacist, and if I'm a pretty young pharmacist, like, I can't imagine the older pharmacists what they're going through, right? It's hard to keep up with the times, hard to keep up with CEs. There's so many new drugs. It's hard for them, man. And it's just like there's a lot of things that just can be automated. And it's not even that. It's like physically. Like, you're literally on your feet. There's a lot of pharmacists who can't take breaks in the US. And it's just like, God damn, like, what why are we settling for this? Right? And it's because, like, us as pharmacists, we're just such caring people, right? And so we tend, since we are more quote unquote, Dan Locke calls it pearlish, meaning that we care so much about people. Like, people walk all over us. And so when we speak up about, hey, can I get a lunch break? They're gonna say no. You know? Is that right? Do you really want someone like, would you, like, for example, would you want someone to who's handling your medications to not be able to take a piss, or to not be able to like grab a bite to eat for like 12 hours at a time? I'm cool with it because I intermittent fast. It doesn't bother me. But there's a lot of other people out there, like, maybe you're pregnant, right? Or maybe like, yes, like, you're trying to keep your blood sugar, like, whatever, you know what I mean? It's so fucking crazy. And it's like we settle for this shit, like, where it's okay to just like, hey, I'm just gonna like under my desk and just like eat something. It's really fucking sad, dude. And I don't think it's acceptable. Like, I think that shit is bullshit. And like, dude, I don't mind, like, especially me going on this new field, I don't mind being the martyr for pharmacy, dude. Like, I will say everything that I truly feel, and I think it's fucking unacceptable, you know? Like, obviously, it's pretty clear that corporate doesn't really look out for you. They just look out for their own best interests. They can churn more productivity out of you, like, if you don't take a lunch break. Like, it's just really fucked, and I just feel like those are businesses I don't really like, because but yeah, those are just the businesses I don't really like because they don't really, like, they say they care about people, but their actions say totally different, man. And that's something I see a lot in, at least, like, I don't know if it's like top down, like if like the people at the top, the CEOs and stuff, believe it, but it trickles all the way down, and there's like some sort of there's a obvious disconnect from the top down, and it hasn't been addressed. And there's so many like miserable pharmacists out there too. There's a huge thing. And another thing about pharmacy too is like a lot of people commit suicide. I'll be honest, like, my supervisor committed suicide. No one knows. Like I don't know why. He seemed like pretty normal on the outside, but you just never know. People fucking do it. And if like somebody was writing an article about suicide and pharmacists, but honestly, like when you're under so much debt, you hate what you do every single day, you're forced to do it. Sounds like a real first world problem, and it probably is. But when you're trapped, you just want to give up. I know what that feels like. I felt it in high school, man, and I even sometimes felt it when I was in pharmacy. I was just like, fuck, man, another fucking day I have to be in the pharmacy doing something I don't like, feeling trapped. People say it's a choice, right? And it is a choice that you make, especially if you're a lot younger, right? But it's definitely very like when you're paying 200, like when you're younger, you just don't understand how much money that is. You really don't. And yeah, I mean, you have to make a choice at some point. Like you do have to make a choice whether you're going to get out. And the only like a lot of people, that's a problem. They don't know how to get out. It's really like a one, like you feel like you're trapped in this one thing, and it's just like, man, what do I do now? But that's the beauty of the internet. There's like you can learn high income skills, man. I met a lot of different closers who are also pharmacists too, so it's possible. I literally want to start like a closing team and call it the drug cartel, and we'll specialize in in pharmaceutical sales and shit. No, I'm just kidding. But like it's a very real thing. Like suicide is it's no joke, man, and that's why I shoot videos too because I realize that's more than just like okay, it's more than debt. It's more than just what do you want to do for the rest of your life, dude? Like you make a wrong choice in life sometimes. Like it can bring you down some pretty dark places, right? And there's just not a like that's why I love shooting YouTube videos is because I can just really relate to anyone around the world, right? So yeah. Haha. That was actually a great answer. Thank you for your insight. You make it sound like it's a sweatshop. Conditions, 100 plus K a year, aren't aren't the conditions normal for that salary? Sounds like an investment banking or something. Well, guess what? Investment bankers like they commit suicide too. That's really high, like a lot of hours too. And I'm not this. Hey, guess what? It's not a dick measuring contest, right? But guess what? Like there should be some sort of human decency to fucking grab lunch or fucking eat something. You know what I mean? Or take a piss. Like, dude, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. It's not third world country like fucking Walmart type of shit. But is we live in first world country, right? Can we at least take a piss? Can we at least do that shit? And here's the thing: it's not like investment banking and stuff like that. People lose money. I get it, right? Like if you fuck up. But guess what? We fuck up in pharmacy. Like that person could be allergic to a medication and we didn't catch it, right? There's severe consequences for what we if we make a mistake. People can end up in the ER. It's not the same shit. It's not the same shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, is it common for pharmacists to self-medicate with the blood to cope with the stress? Actually, you know what? I don't actually know that many pharmacists that blaze. Um, just not my friends. They don't blaze, but they have blazed in the past and stuff. But yeah, man. And then you see people like go down this road of like alcoholism and shit, and like yeah, they self medicate through other means, but or like Xannies and stuff. Like it's a slippery road, man. Because think about it, you're always next to these drugs and stuff. You're looking for an outlet. So yeah, or Amazon. But you got out. Why is it so hard? They literally can just walk out the front door because it's the debt, man. It's like literally the debt, and they don't know what to do. They don't have clarity about their life. It's really tough. Like I honestly don't think I would have ever left because that's the secret behind like the 9 to 5. It's like they keep you just comfortable enough so that you'll stay and tolerate it, right? And that's it. They like that's healthcare, right? Like healthcare is pretty goddamn expensive, right? 401k is pretty sexy. The the promise for the future is so that's such a huge alert for a lot of people, right? But it's all fake, dude. Like honestly, like you can get fired at any moment. Um, the only security that you have is within yourself and to create new opportunities for yourself, you know? And I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that, but it's the truth, man. Like I you can't we're all adults, man. We can't expect other people to just feed us shit all the time. You know what I mean? Like that is going to happen. Whether you are a 9 to 5 or not, you need to create multiple streams of income regardless. And so if that shit happens to you, can you get back on your feet, right? I don't know. Especially in these days, like where people aren't married to jobs like they were in the previous generation, right? Things are always constantly in flux, man, all the freaking time. So yeah. Yo, I'm new. 16 Jam 77 says, Yo, I'm new. I remember you from Joe's place. You ever thought about joining JK? Not really, to be honest with you. I think one, they probably never would. They like I'm cool with them. Like I see Bart and stuff like that at the gym, or I'll chill with Joe and stuff. Like I had Brandon actually shaved my head like 2 weeks ago, right? But nah, man, that's just not my jam, man. Like I just rather create something myself. I'm more of a like I love entertainment. I love their shit. I respect what they do. I keep touch with them. But you know, JK is not something that I really want. You know, I'm more into business, man. Um, yo, Kevin. So I'm pursuing a degree in comp sci now. Lol. Dude, remind me what were you in before, man? So crazy. Oh, dude, is that dude 16 Jam 77 has a picture of Joker. Holy shit. Dude, I had 12 people in here and it's 11:16. This is pretty fucking crazy. Guys, for those 12 people, hit the like button. Shameless plug. I don't even know what the fucking hidden like button does, anyways. Fuck that. I don't really give a fuck, actually. How did you manage to pull off the transition? I would say I'm still managing the transition right now. Like I'm at a break even point right now in my life. And it's not all Gucci yet, but things are scaling up. Like I secured a few good contracts, like really good contracts. So I just gotta wait for those scale up, wait for my team to get really trained on it, and look for more contracts, right? Um, but here's the thing, I'm fulfilled, right? I wouldn't go back to the fucking pharmacy ever again. Like I rather live like this and live a life that I live on my own means. Like can literally go jujitsu whenever the fuck I want. I mean, holy shit! Do you guys hear that? I can literally go jujitsu when I want. I can create content when I want. I like I have a team that we all get each other. I can control the people who are in my circle. I can say fuck you to people I don't like. You know what I mean? And I'm not that type of person. I'm not a really mean person, right? But I can control like anything I want. You know, if like my mom, she came down to California and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna spend time with my mom, right? And my team will help pick up the slack and then vice versa. If they're going through some shit, I pick up the slack. I view my team as partners. You know what I mean? Not as like I'm not their boss or anything. We're just partners, right? And so we get to live this really cool life where we just like love listening to people's stories and helping people, man. That's like literally what I do every single day. And um I'm just learning how to scale it up. And this was all within a few months, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like the debt getting sunk cost theory. Do most pharmacists have debt like for life? Well, think about it. Like it depends what kind of school you go to, but these days it's pretty common for like 40 grand per year, 50 grand per year, 60 grand per year. You can easily, like with interest, depending what kind of loans you have, can go anywhere from like 200,000, 300,000 to even 400,000. That's a lot of fucking money right there, man. And it's like, dude, even if you declare bankruptcy, you're fucked. Like you can, You can't run from those educational loans and shit, you know? So, or until retirement, 60, 70. Um, Play piano. Steven says, "Hey Kevin, HCC brother here and third year pharmacy student. What advice would you give to your college self? Thanks." Steven, you're doing everything. You're doing everything that you're supposed to. If you're in pharmacy and you're like, dude, you're doing the right thing, man. Like, I would even consider giving yourself an LOA, like from pharmacy, and just like putting that all together. Or I don't know how you're planning to use HCC in pharmacy, but maybe you can use it, get a better job. I don't know what your goals are, right? And like I said, there's a lot of people in HCC who are also in pharmacy too, and a lot of them are there for a good reason because they want to get the fuck out. So that's great, man. You're doing all the right things. Don't like just focus on your high income skill, focus on sales, and focus on marketing, man. Those are two most important things like ever. And I didn't just make that up. I'm taking that from like what Billie Jean says. Taking everything, like pretty much all the entrepreneurs always say sales, marketing, right? There's the circle, right? Different areas of your life that you can focus on and different areas of business that you can focus on. But when you're starting up, 90% of your time should be spent on marketing and sales. And that's exactly what I do. I always focus on finding new clients who are cool ass people I want to work with and with cool ass products, right? And the second thing I focus on is, well, I'm trying to create my own high ticket right now. But the third thing I work on is just creating cool content because content is what's going to make me stand out from the rest of the people, right? No one can duplicate me, no one can copy me, but people can see my personality and see that I truly do care about people, man. I don't get why people just don't move in with the rents and throw the salary into paying off their loans. 50K a year. Well, here's the thing, bro. AZ, here's the thing. Sometimes you don't get to live. You don't like. You might not find a job where your parents live. Sometimes you're not always that lucky, man. Or sometimes like the cards don't play out in your favor because you have about 6 months till you graduate, like from graduation to get a job, right? And pass your exams and do all that sort of stuff. And sometimes the cards don't fall in your favor. And then sometimes you have to move out. Uh, Sometimes to a new state. I mean, that's what happened to me, right? And that's how I ended up in California. So it doesn't always work like that, man. So there's always like I think sometimes we have to ask ourselves like why are people like not moving in with their parents instead? And it's very interesting. I feel like this generation is very common for people to live with their parents. Like my friends, like a few of them, they live with their parents. That's all they do. Like they're 30 something. Like at this point, they didn't go to college. They still live with their family, and that's totally cool. I think that's totally fine as long as you're building an asset or doing something with your life. There's nothing wrong with living with your parents, man. And if anything, like come on, if it was my mom, like at this point, she has no one else at home, right? Like, dude, it's a very lonely life for our parents too, right? But it's that feeling of the independence that we want. That's why we choose to live outside. For me, I choose to live away from my mom just because it's just it's a more positive environment for me. I'm really trying to so many opportunities. Like if I was in Massachusetts, like I literally would not have the chance to go to Billie Jean. I would literally would not have the chance to go to train at 10th Planet, mecca of jujitsu, and meet cool ass people and cool ass coaches doing their own high ticket, right? So, man, it's so cool, man. Like I don't know if I would have the same vibe in like in other states, right? Something about California, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, there's a lot of people doing high ticket. It's really cool. It's a central hub spot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 50K AZ to extent it's due to people not want to live below their means or after acquiring a high income job. Um, I would say so. Like Maybe I definitely see like I could see that, but there's so many different situations for everyone. Like let's not judge people. Like and like it's really easy to just like be like, oh, these people are lazy. Oh, well, maybe some shit happened in their life. You just never know, right? And I think that's the one thing I've been learning more is just to like learn how to like just asking questions and being more empathetic to a people's situation. Yes, there's situations where people are fucking lazy. There's situations where people um like don't want to live below their means. But for me, I don't give a fuck. Like, dude, that's why I always call it refugee hustle because it's always about being attached to nothing because have you might be left with nothing the next day, right? Like all this shit, like it might be gone one day. Who knows, you know? But you know what? I know that like I can always get it back again, right? Because it's not what's in my bank account; it's what's in here that creates my bank account, right? So yeah, man, that's the importance of a high income skill, man. At the end of the day. But Kevin, if you're saying a farm didn't have any debt, they would walk out the door. I don't know. Because here's the thing. People are also very addicted to their own struggles, man. To their own bullshit, to their own situation, because that's what's comfortable for them. And you're right. I think that's one thing, like you guys are hitting something that is definitely very plausible. It's just like a lot of people just like staying stuck in their situation because there's the real fear of success. And you see it with people, right? They self-sabotage themselves. Why? 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 Like subconsciously, they don't they don't know what it's like on the other side and they're scared of that. Perfectly logical though, right? So yeah, guys. Anyways, I've been streaming for about an hour. I should really get to sleep. I wasn't planning to stream this long, to be honest with you, but it was kind of cool just chilling with you guys. And if you guys want me to do more like these bedroom talks using the shitty $10 mic, which worked better than this like fucking mic over here, let me know. But guys, have a great night, and maybe I'll do these like daily or something and just do some like brain dumps and stuff and tell you guys about like what I did today and shit, or I don't know. But there are going to be some new content like series on this channel. I literally spent all morning just planning it and really honing in on my goals. So you guys are going to really enjoy it. And literally, I've just been editing all fucking day. So I'm trying to get ahead of my edits and stockpile everything. So you guys will always have consistent content going forward. Yeah, I really want to make that a reality. I'm just trying to figure out easier ways to create content. So awesome, man. Uh, Bon, thank you, Kevin says AZ. Ben Ota says, thanks for talking. Mic is fine, but camera's a little blurry. Yeah, bro. I'm running a 2013 Mac, and for some reason, like when I put in my main camera, it's really it just slows the whole thing down. I could put in the full setup over there, but I just don't feel like it. Sometimes it's just like cool, like shitty quality and stuff. You know, like most of my stuff is pretty high quality in general. Like I have like really good cameras. I have my G7X, stuff like that. I have like a T5i with a cool lens here. I have a G85 in the back. Like I got a lot of cool camera equipment, but sometimes it's just easier to just go low tech, man. So I get it. I'll try to improve. I'll try to improve something, but when it comes to these live streams, I like to keep it very basic. Good shit, bro. Have a good night, dude. Guys, good night. Love you guys, fam. And honestly, like before I get off, I just want to say, guys, um, just thank you guys for just like fucking with me, staying here. At the end of the day, you always have the choice to just leave the room and just watch another channel, and I'm totally cool with that. But you guys, at the end of the day, you guys fuck with me. You guys watch my watch my videos, and that's really cool. Like I find I find myself very blessed, man. And without you guys, I don't have a channel. So just want to thank you guys just for the good chat, good vibes, all that sort of shit. All right. So guys, have a great night. Kill it tomorrow. I will see you guys later. Peace.